Yes, I do double my guitars. No, I don't copy and paste. Copying and pasting just doubles the volume, to be honest. So if I just let's do an example. So there's our guitar. Now, what the tempting thing is to do here is to say, oh well, if I just want two guitars, what I'll do is I'll duplicate this out, I'll copy, and I'll just paste this sound into a second guitar track, and then I'm going to turn this one on, and it's going to be like twice as full. Or you could go, oh, and then I'll just come in here, and I'll pan this one left, and I'll pan this one right, and we're going to get like a fuller sound. But guess what you're getting with this? Twice as loud. That's all. So all that's going to do is make it twice as loud. Now, what some people will say is come in here. No, what you do, John, see, what you do is you come in here and you delay one by a couple of samples. So you grab this one and you just configure it just to the side like that. And then when you play it back, you get this sort of left and right delay sound like this. That sounds okay. That's all right. So if you definitely don't want to double track and record the guitars twice, you can do something like that and it sounds all right. If you're doing that though, make sure you also change up the amp sim that you're using. So what I would do in this case is I got the power cord on that side. I'd come in here and I'd change this one up to maybe the Seattle sound on that side, just so I've got like a Fender style amp on one side and a Marshall or an Orange amp on the other side. And then it's going to sound different. You're going to get different guitar sounds, even though it's the same guitar part. The other thing you can do is complementary EQ. So you could come in here and you could say, right, on this one, we're going to go with the big scooped mids kind of sound, but we're actually going to, on this guitar, we're actually going to boost that same frequency so that you're going to hear it really popping out in the mids on the other side. And then you're going to get something like this. But I say all that to say there's probably a better way, which is to just record your guitar part twice. So I'm just going to turn this one up a little, this one down a little, so you'll hear both of them. You'll get a bit of the effect, and I'll drop my pick, grab my spare. Always have a spare pick handy. Turn the overall volume of this up. Let's record in this second guitar. We tried some things in there, so tried some different strumming patterns, tried some sort of muted guitars in one part there. So it's not going to match up perfectly, but it'll give us a bit of an idea of what a kind of two guitar...
You know these guitars that are like double guitars, you know?
Split wall of guitar sound is going to sound like in this track. So what we can do now, let's balance these out a little bit. I will just use a different tone here. Let's just find something here. So the power chord's there. What's another one that I often use here? So we want another distorted tone. We'll go the punk rock tone actually, because this is using a Marshall style amp. This is legitimately what I used to play through back in my grunge days. So we'll use this as our basis just for now. So let's listen to this one by itself, the second guitar. That's a bit of a different tone from this one, which is a bit more of a trebly tone. Yes. Let's come in here and we'll pan this one. We'll do the hard left, hard right panning just to get the biggest effect here. And this is where your wall of guitar sounds really come into their own. We'll hit the play button here. Take a listen. Right. You got that big, chunky, wide sound. And you can, of course, bring it in a little narrower if you don't want it quite so wide. And because I'm not playing exactly the same part, it's sounding a bit weird there in that verse because I was experimenting with a few different things. But if we come maybe to like the chorus here, where I'm almost definitely playing exactly the same thing, you'll get a cool, if we go back to panning them hard left and hard right, you'll get a cool wall of guitar sound.